What's going on, everybody? It's Adam Butt here, and I just had to do this video today because things are getting very exciting. We have an absolutely brilliant set of films coming out over the summer. In June, we have Wonder Woman, Transformers The Last Night, and The Mummy. And of course, tomorrow I'm going to see Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge. But in America, it's called Dead Men Tell No Tales. And then, when we get to July, of course, we have Spider-Man Homecoming and War of the Planet of the Apes. I wish Planet of the Apes was in LEGO Dimensions, to be honest. But let's just get to it anyway. So, without further ado, let's begin. Well, basically, I hope that they make a LEGO Justice League game in the future. So maybe it could have the comic costumes of the characters, but it could also have the DCEU versions of those characters as well. Like, even if they made like LEGO Batman 4 and they had this version of Wonder Woman in the game, that would be absolutely awesome. And even if they had Ben Affleck's version of Batman as well, that would be equally as awesome. So, moving on to talking about the Wonder Woman movie now. Well, this Steve Trevor character, it's unclear whether he actually survives right until the end of the movie. But we'll just have to wait and see. Because will it be a Captain America, Peggy Carter similar situation between Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor? Like, will Steve Trevor be really old in the present day? Well, obviously he will be, if he survives, that is. Next up, we have this new pick of Amber Heard as Mera. Of course, she's going to be in the Aquaman movie and the Justice League movie. I'm just going to zoom in right here so that you can see it better. And of course, Amber looks absolutely beautiful as always. But yeah, I mean, this suit just looks absolutely awesome. You can see that logo right there. So, they have leaked these LEGO Star Wars sets. First of all, we have First Order Star Destroyer. We have First Order Heavy Assault Walker. And even a Resistance Bomber as well. What I find most awesome about these sets, well, number one, this echoes back to Empire Strikes Back, which is my favourite Star Wars movie of all time. What with this Walker right here. Second of all, I absolutely love this new version of Rey with her longer hair. Third of all, you can even see that Snoke comes with this Star Destroyer. But it looks like a really weird version of Snoke wearing a yellow robe. I mean, his skin doesn't even look the same. Like, he looks like he's bald. I mean, of course we know that Snoke's bald anyway. But these pictures are low quality, so until we get some higher quality versions of these images, I'm still skeptical as to what Snoke is definitely going to look like in the movie. I mean, obviously, it's quite reasonable to think that there'll probably be a LEGO Star Wars The Last Jedi video game. I mean, I just love how big these builds are. And finally, moving on to the highly anticipated Mummy movie that is coming out. I mean, Tom Cruise, brilliant actor. I can highly relate to his style of filmmaking and his personality as well. He will bring much needed depth to this rebooted franchise. Basically, my idea is that all of the Universal monsters could eventually meet each other. So the Mummy could meet Frankenstein's monster and Dracula and the Invisible Man, etc., etc. So essentially, like in a future Mummy film, like they could call it the Mummy 2, maybe. Like they could actually bring Imhotep back into it, so have the male mummy meeting the female mummy. That would be absolutely interesting. Like, essentially, you could even have Tom Cruise's Nick Morton character. You could, and even like the character that Annabelle Wallis plays, like they could potentially meet the characters that go up against Dracula and the characters that go up against the Invisible Man and the characters that go up against Frankenstein's monster, etc., etc. And they even refers to Dr. Henry Jekyll as being your Nick Fury-esque character. Basically, because he will be the one to bring all of the monsters together, just like Nick Fury brought all of the Avengers together. That is, if this film does well enough that they're able to continue the franchise. So that is why it is very important you go and see this film. Because I desperately want this franchise to continue, because it looks absolutely awesome what they're planning to do with it. I mean, the film of The Mummy looks awesome in itself, with all of the stunts and special effects and the story and the brilliant acting. But if they were able to continue this story and tell other character stories as well, then that would be absolutely phenomenal. So, that's pretty much it for today, guys. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The final thing I will say about this, though, in this video, is that Henry Jekyll appears to be a villain. And so does most, if not all, of the Universal monsters. Apart from maybe the Invisible Man. So it's almost like a villain bringing together villains, rather than a hero like Nick Fury bringing together heroes, meaning the Avengers. One of the most appealing parts about this film is the fact that some of it is set in London. Now, they didn't go for the obvious choice, which would have been New York City.